welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I will be preparing one of my favorite things to have for dinner. Full meal here. It's going to be based around oxtails and rice. Stay tuned. So the first thing that I did with the oxtails, I marinated them overnight with this right here. I also sprinkled on some oxtail seasoning. I cut up a yellow onion and put a little garlic on there too. I let it marinate overnight. So now it's the next day. I started this crock pot at 4 a.m. It is now, it's almost 10 o'clock. So I started this crock pot of oxtails. Oh yeah, let me show you. Look at that. And they're not done yet. I want them falling off the bone. But in the meantime, we'll get our rice going and our cabbage and dessert as well. All right, my oxtails are still slow cooking in my crock pot here. I have put on my rice. I like brown rice, so I have brown rice going now, and I have my onions in a wok. Let me show you. Okay, so I really like to cook my cabbage in a wok. So right now I'm going to caramelize these onions first. You'll have them in this oil. While that is going, I also have my brown rice right here that is cooking. And then we have the main event right here. So, as you can see, it's super tender, falling off the bone. And I'm going to use the juices in here to make a gravy for the rice. So yeah, like I said, I started this at 4 o'clock in the morning. It is now 11:51, and they are almost to the point where I want them to be. The most important thing is to marinate them overnight. Cook them slow in your crock pot. I put mine on high for about 6 hours. I had it on high for 6 hours, and then I started putting it on low for the remainder. So yeah, this is gonna be super, super good. All right, here I have the cabbage that I have cut up already. So I'll be putting that in the wok very soon with the caramelized onions. And if I wasn't doing oxtails, I would be cooking the cabbages like in a pot, maybe with some turkey necks for flavor. But I don't want that flavor to mix with the oxtails, so I'm just gonna do it in the wok for today. Alright, so I have my cabbages, delicious cabbage right here. About to start on the gravy in a second. The rice is done. The secret to the oxtails is you have to treat them like you love them. Like, if you don't cook them like you love them, they're not going to fall off the bone like this for you. So yeah, you have to be, if you want them tender, you got to treat them tender. Look at that, falling off the bone. Perfection. So now everything is almost ready. Now we can get started with dessert. So my oxtails, rice and gravy, cabbages. Now it's time for the dessert. Definitely gotta have dessert with this. But after marinating and prepping and catering to these delicious oxtails, I'm gonna do it a cheat code way. So I'm gonna use this Bach Cakes mix I got from Kroger, the butter recipe, and 2 cans of peaches in heavy syrup. Not the water, heavy syrup. And a little mixture of cinnamon and sugar. Yeah, every now and then I like peach cobbler, but I don't want to make it from scratch, so this is what I do. It's gonna be very peachy this time too. Okay, so I have my peaches in here. Next, I'm going to sprinkle this on top. And just sprinkling it on just like this. I'm gonna use a fork to smush it down once I pour all of this out. Get rid of these lumps and stuff. All right, I wanna use my fork to flatten it out. Get rid of all these clumps. And while I'm doing this, I have my oven preheated to 350. I just want to smooth it out, make sure I pack it down really good. I'm one of those people, like with peach cobbler, I love the crust anyway, and sometimes I like it like this better. Let's keep packing it down. Try to cover up all the areas. All right, so next I'm going to sprinkle on my cinnamon sugar. And you can use as much as you like. It's, you know, your choice. But it's a super easy recipe to follow. Often referred to as dump cakes or dump cobblers. All right, so next I like to use frozen butter. I'm gonna shred it on top with a cheese grater, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven. I just found that grating frozen butter, it just gets on there more evenly than if I was grating it or just chopping it up if it was not. So that's the way I do it. Okay, so make sure you fill out most of the top with the butter. So this is what it looks like now. I'm about to place it inside the oven for 30 minutes. Okay, while that peach cobbler is cooking, I just made my gravy. I use about 1.5 cups of the juices from the oxtails out the crock pot and added 1/4 cup of flour to make the gravy. I always like to stir with a whisk. It gets all the clumps out. Well, like I said earlier, I love peach cobbler with the crust. Like, listen. Yeah. This be like a little corner right here. Taste it a bit. It's so good. Oh my gosh. That peach cobbler is so good. Like, really though. Really though. That's so good. Okay, so now everything is ready. I have some vanilla bean ice cream to go with the peach cobbler for dessert. Let me show you what it all looks like on a plate. Here we have our oxtails and rice with our cabbage right here. And this is super hot. It's already melted, the ice cream. With our mock peach cobbler for dessert. Alright, so that is our meal for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Give it a try and let me know how it works out for you. Continue to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments below as well. And I will see you all another day.